You're loving tubing, aren't you?
Hey, what's going on, guys? Rob here, and we got some DLC gameplay going on in the background because appropriately it's DLC time. Uprising came out a couple of days ago, as you all know, because I'm pretty sure you're all playing it, and I thought I'd give my 2 cents on what I think of the maps so far and, you know, DLC in general, because it's one of those things that it's just a staple of all multiplayer games now, DLC. You can't get away from it, so I just thought I'd give my opinion on some of the maps, some of the better DLC maps that there've been, and really my sort of introduction with DLC in the first place. During last night's session, we did actually get to try out all the maps, and I did actually get to try a few out on 6v6 and Ground War. The ones that I think are quite stand out are, of course, Studio and Vertigo. I think that is the general consensus that out of the four maps, because Magma, I don't think anyone had any real expectations, because usually when I hear on DLC that there's some sort of gimmick in the map, I just think, well, okay, that's probably not going to be that great. And what's the other one? Encore. Now, I've heard some mixed opinions, because I've heard it's just a head glitching level, really. It's just a head glitch, counter head glitch match. But the games that I've played so far have actually been kind of fun, and I imagine as you go along and start learning map rotations, spawns, and just the general flow of the map, I think they're probably going to get a bit better. I think the same goes for Magma as well, but I think starting out, Vertigo and Studio have been pretty solid so far, and probably some of the better DLC maps I've played in the entire series, really. I always thought it was an interesting concept about bringing back previous Call of Duty maps, and we've seen it in Modern Warfare 3. They brought back Terminal. The only thing about bringing back maps from previous Call of Duties is that you've got to remember the context of that Call of Duty. So, for example, Nuketown, I don't think has translated that well, because on Black Ops 1, Black Ops is actually quite a slow COD, and it worked well because on a very small map, the pace evens itself out so that it's fast but not totally unmanageable. Whereas I find Nuketown on Black Ops 2 is a bit of a clusterfuck. But I do like what they've done with Studio, that they've kind of spaced it out a bit, and it made it a bit more appropriate for Black Ops 2, and it kind of works quite well. The only thing is that for some weird reason there always seems to be some sort of spawn trap at the bottom of the level, and I'm not even sure why it happens, but they get kind of stuck down at the bottom of the hangars. I don't know. I guess we'll just have to see how that comes along. You guys might have noticed it as well, but that's what I've seen so far. But yeah, like I said, I think this DLC has been pretty strong. I've actually been quite a big fan of Treyarch DLC for a while. As I said, I wanted to talk about my introduction to DLC, and I'd say the first sort of big DLC that I got into was World at War, when they brought out Nazi Zombies. Because I remember first time I played Nazi Zombies with my friends, this was over on PlayStation, I used to think it was absolutely awesome. So when they announced DLC and said we've got more levels, more interesting levels, I couldn't wait, and that's really where the whole DLC thing started for me. Modern Warfare 2, I don't think I was ever really interested in the DLC because it was so expensive and you were only getting a couple of maps. And I think it was really the price at the time. I just thought, how can they possibly charge that for maps? And I don't think the prices have gone down as far as I can tell. And to be honest, I kind of kept that mantra for Modern Warfare 3 and was originally going to say Black Ops 2, but then, I don't know, it kind of looked interesting. It looked like there's been a bit more effort. So I just thought I'd pick them up, and I remember at the beginning thinking, should I get a season pass? Probably not, but now I'm thinking I probably am going to get all the DLC for this game, because it's a good COD, to be honest. I guess part of the reason why we didn't buy anything from Modern Warfare 3 is because I hated that game. Thinking back after this commentary, really, I guess the reason why I buy DLC is still the same as it was when I first started. Because I mean, my first DLC I picked up was World at War Zombies, and I'm pretty sure that's the same reason why I've been buying DLC since. Because it's World at War, Black Ops 1, and Black Ops 2 are really the only three that I've bought DLC for. And you know, as I said, I had that mantra of not wanting to buy new maps at all since Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3. And yeah, now I've found out that I actually do want to pick up the DLC every time it comes out. So ultimately, it does come down to zombies, really. I guess it's also the fact that I'm actually enjoying this COD over some of the previous ones. I suppose if that's really how I feel about the game, I probably should do some sort of testament towards zombies, like a posting in the future. But I mean, I want to do something a little different, because it'd be easy if I was just posting one round of zombie or our session with zombies. But really, I want to try and see if I can do something a little different. I don't know. I'm going through plans in my head at the moment, but it might be something to look forward to in the future, particularly now that Mob of the Dead has come out and it's, you know, people are still exploring it. Well, as far as I can tell, there's probably about 4 or 5 videos, I bet, online unveiling all the little secrets. So you don't really get long nowadays. As soon as something comes out, you have maybe the space of 24 hours to get anything out that just hasn't been posted. That's what it's like on YouTube nowadays. But anyway, that's all I'm going to chat about for DLC wise. And I guess I'll see you in the next video, really. I'm stumbling about my words to finish, but I've left a couple of bonus clips at the end which you might enjoy. So, cheers.
We lost Bravo.
Oh, yeah, Dylan. There was a fit. There's a guy out there. I've had to pull off some maneuvers to get away from him.
Woo!